children, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine. And today we are going to start our physics class, okay? And my name is Sudeshna Mukhopadhyay. I'll be taking your physics classes each and every week. I'll be sending you one video, and at the end of the video, I'll be giving you a little bit of homework, okay? And so that I'll understand that you have understood or not, okay? It's very important that I need to know that you have understood or not. So let's begin, okay? All the best. So today we are going to start on with the first chapter of physics of class 10, that is electricity, part 1, okay? So when I say electricity, what first comes in your mind? Do you know what is electricity? Yes, you know. Because first thing is that you will be saying, ma'am, I am seeing your video through mobile, and when I am seeing when the charge of the mobile goes off, I'll be connecting to a charger, and the charger, from where it gets the power, that is through an electricity, okay? If there is electricity in the house, I'll get the power, okay? So electricity is a very common thing that we are acquainted to and we come across in our daily life, okay? But what is it actually? How can we define electricity, or how can we explain it, or how can we measure electricity? We are going to study details in this chapter. Now let us talk about one phenomena, okay? You all know what is a balloon, okay? Now suppose you rub a balloon against your hand, okay? You rub a balloon that you get in birthday parties, okay? If you rub a balloon against your hand, what occurs, okay? What changes do you see? After you remove the balloon, you see the hair on your hand stands straight up, okay? Now you might be thinking, what is this? Why is this happening? Okay, it's a daily life experience. So those who haven't experienced this, please do experience this. When you go to a birthday party, take a balloon and do this experiment, okay? And try to think, what is it? Why is my hair standing up when I'm rubbing one balloon against my hand? Okay, now as you are in class 10, you must know all these things, why these things are happening, okay? There is no such miracle, but there is a science behind it. Now see, every matter, okay, every object in this universe is made up of, is known as matter, and you know that matter is made up of atoms, okay? Atoms are bunched together and they form matter, okay? Now these atoms, how is the structure of the atom? We have one nucleus, okay, and around the nucleus there are several electrons that are orbiting, right? There are several electrons that are orbiting around the atom, okay? Now inside the nucleus, what is there inside the nucleus? We know that inside the nucleus there are protons and neutrons. Now neutrons are neutral, okay, but these protons are positively charged, okay? These protons are positively charged. And what are these electrons? Electrons are all negatively charged, right? So what happens when you rub an object with another object? What happens is the valence electron. What are valence electrons? Electrons which are present in the outer orbit of the atom, okay? So these electrons, they move from one body to the another, okay? They move from one body to other, and as a result one body becomes more accumulation of, that means this number of protons and electrons are equal. Now if that means an atom is electrically neutral, so when the electrons from a body move out, okay, and they accumulate in another body, that body will have excess amount of negative charge, and this body, as electrons are moving out, so it will have a deficit of negative charge, right? As a result, there will be difference in potential, and this results in electricity. Now you might be telling that, ma'am, when I am rubbing one balloon against my hand, I should have got electric shocks, right? But if by chance I put my hand in the socket, I put my finger in the socket, don't try this, okay? I know that you are quite intelligent, you won't do that, but when I'm putting, whenever by mistake if I touch electric socket or something like that, I get a shivering experience, okay, and whole of my system becomes zzz. Okay, so what if this is also electricity, this is also electricity, then I'm not feeling anything while a balloon is rubbed, okay? If this is electricity, then why do I get shock when I put my hand near the socket, okay? What is that electricity and this type of electricity? Now see, this type of electricity is known as static electricity, okay? And this is known as current electricity. This is static electricity and this is current electricity. What is the difference between static electricity and current electricity? In static electricity, the movement of the electrons will be there, but there will be no flow of current, okay? But in case of current electricity, there will be what? There will be continuous flow of electricity, okay, or continuous flow of energy, okay. Whereas this is the difference between static and current electricity. Now let's see what is electricity, what is static and current electricity. So let's define electricity. Electricity is defined as a natural phenomenon which is due to flow of electric charge. Now natural phenomenon means it is naturally occurring, there is no such artificial thing, okay, it's a natural thing, that is, it's very simple thing, that is flow of electric charge. Now what is electric charge then? Electric charge is the property of matter which is measurable, and there are two kinds of charge. Now what is electric charge? It is a property of matter, okay. Now you will be saying how this electric charge, what is it, how it comes? As I've told you before, that every atom consists of protons and neutrons and electrons on its orbiting outside the nucleus. Now number of protons is equal to the number of electrons, and protons carry positive charge, so an atom is electrically neutral. So as this atom is electrically neutral, okay, so we can say that every atom has got positive charge inside the nucleus and negative charge outside the nucleus orbiting, okay. So we can say this is a property of matter only, every matter has got atoms, so it's a property of matter only, and it can be measured also, okay. There are two types of charges, one is positive charge as I've told you, and there is negative charge. Always remember this negative charge, that is the electrons move, that results in the electricity. It's not that the protons move and this results in the electricity. We'll discuss about this. See. Now let's have a look what is static electricity and current electricity. Okay, here are the difference between static electricity and current electricity. First point is electricity at rest is known as static electricity, whereas current electricity is electricity in motion. Now, how can electricity be at rest? As I've told you, when you rub one balloon against your hand, or a glass rod with silk cloth against your hand, or when you comb your dry hair with your comb, okay, what happens? That phenomenon, okay, that is not flowing, okay, there only electricity is generated and it does not flow, it's not in motion. So that type of electricity is known as static electricity, whereas in current electricity, the electricity is in motion, that is, it is continuously moving. Okay, second point, static electricity is generated by friction, which means what? If there is friction, only then only static electricity is generated. Okay, without friction we cannot generate static electricity. Like the example that I've told you, glass rod when rubbed with silk cloth. Okay, what happens here? Rubbing means what? You're generating friction. Okay, and that results in static electricity. Whereas in current electricity, you see, it is generated by reaction in cell. Okay, every cell means what? Battery. Okay, or in power plants. So in battery there are electrolytes that you will be studying later on, but still I'm explaining. Okay, there are electrolytes that undergoes chemical reaction. Okay, or in power plants like solar power plants or hydroelectricity that are generated, all things, this current electricity is generated from there. Okay, third point, it is uncontrollable. Okay, static electricity you can't control that, whereas current electricity is controllable. How controllable? You can use switches to control the flow. Okay, or increasing of the strength of electrolyte and all those things that can control the flow of current. Okay, fourth one, it is built up on the surface of object. Okay, it is not that it is it will flow. Okay, it will be generated by friction and it will stay on the surface of object only. But in case of current electricity, what happens? There will be flow of electrons through the conductor. What is a conductor? That allows electricity to pass through them. Okay, so there will be a flow of electrons through the conductor. So please note down the points. Now let's look at a diagram, okay, that is given. Okay, this is a schematic diagram, okay, or you can say this is a circuit diagram of what is a circuit diagram? Okay, now circuit diagram means when wires are connected through a cell, a battery and an ammeter and a bulb in a closed loop, that is known as electric circuit. Okay, now here you see that I've given some direction also, right? Some direction is also given. Now this is known as, this is what this direction is denoting, the flow of current. Okay, current through the circuit. Okay, now what is a cell? Cell is nothing but, we say, common battery, we can say. Okay, common battery. Okay, and what is this? This is the bulb. Okay, that will tell us that current is flowing or not. If the bulb glows, then current is flowing. If the bulb is not glowing, then we will say that current is not flowing. And what is the function of this ammeter? This ammeter is used to measure the amount of current. Okay, and what is the function of this key? This key is simply the switch, we can say, the normal switch that we have, to which we put on and our light glows, and when we put it off, light stops glowing. That is the work of this switch. We can also say it as key also. Okay, now see, from this direction you will understand that conventionally, when before people used to think that current flows from positive charge to negative charge. Okay, positive charge moves and that is the direction of flow of current, but in actual it is not that. It is the negative charge, that is the electrons that move. Okay, so from there we can say that, we can conclude that current in electricity always, electric current moves from positive direction to negative direction, and electric charge moves from negative to positive. Okay, it's just the opposite. Now when we denote charge, we denote it by, charge is denoted by the letter Q. Okay, either capital Q or small q. Okay, that doesn't matter, but we denote charge by the letter Q. And when we measure charge, we measure it by a unit known as coulomb. Measure charge by coulomb. Sorry. Okay, coulomb or capital C. Okay, so charge we denote, now denoting and measuring are two different things. Okay, we denote charge by Q and measure it by coulomb. Do not confuse this two. Okay, do not write coulomb. Okay, if I say I have 1 coulomb of charge, that means coulomb is the unit. Okay, like I say no, that I have a 4 meter cloth. So meter is what? Meter is the unit. Okay, and suppose if I say length of a playground is, length of a box is 4 meter. Okay, so which means what? L, when I am saying L is the letter that denotes the length. Okay, but it is not the unit. But here similarly, Q is the letter that is denoting the charge, but it's not the unit. We name the unit of charge is coulomb. Understood? We measure current. Okay, current is also denoted by the letter I. Okay, current is denoted by the letter I. Okay, current is denoted by the letter I. Now what is current? Current is rate of flow of charge. Okay, so when I define current, what is charge then? Charge is Q, right? Charge is Q. Rate of flow of charge, which means what amount of charge is flowing in per unit time. Okay, so I rate means what? Per unit time. So what I need is, again I need time also, to let the time be determined by the letter T. Okay, these are all not units. Okay, I is not a unit, Q is not a unit, T is not a unit. This is the letter or symbols that denote the following things. Okay, so current is denoted by I, charge is by Q, and T is by time. So what did I say? Current is rate of flow of charge. So I can, from here I can say I is equal to Q by T. Okay, I is equal to Q by T. Got it? Then you might be saying, then what is the unit of current? Okay, unit of current is ampere. Okay, I'm writing it here. Unit of current is ampere. It's named after a scientist. Okay, so unit of current is ampere. So when do I say that 1 ampere of current is flowing? 1 ampere of current, okay? So when I say 1 ampere of current, you see 1 ampere, okay, it is denoted by like capital A, okay, and charge is denoted by what? Coulomb. That means 1 coulomb of charge needs to flow in 1 second. What is the SI unit of time? It's second. So 1 ampere is also known as 1 coulomb of charge flowing in 1 second. Understood? Now, what is the instrument that is used to measure electric current? Okay, what is that instrument that measures electric current? It is ammeter. Okay, ammeter is the instrument that measures electric current. Understood? Ammeter is the instrument that measures electric current. So let us jot down all these points that we have learned. So here we can see jotting down all the points that we have learned in this chapter so far. That is, current flows from positive to negative. Okay, that current will always flow from positive to negative. But what happens? Charges, that is negative charge, which is actually the electrons that flow in the circuit. Okay, this is a convention that we have been moving forward. Okay, we are still taking this theory and we are moving, but which is actually wrong. Okay, the direction of flow of current is opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. In the circuit, whatever we mark in the circuit, we say that positive, from positive to negative the current flows, but actually from negative, the negative electrons that flow, okay, which is opposite to the direction of current. Now, how do we define charge? How do we denote charge? We denote charge by the letter Q. And what is the unit of measurement of charge? It is coulomb, and we denote it by the letter C. Similarly, for current also we denote it by I, and the unit of measurement is ampere, that is A. Now, why C and A? Like meter, METR, we say ME, M is the letter, or centimeter. Okay, we don't write centimeter. Okay, we just write cm. Okay, similarly for coulomb we don't write coulomb, we just write C. And for ampere we don't write ampere as a whole thing, we just write A. Okay, and what is the formula for finding or measuring current? It is I is equal to Q by T, where Q is the charge and T is the time. And what is the SI unit of time? SI unit of time is second. Okay, so what is current? Current is rate of flow of charge. And what is 1 ampere of charge? 1 ampere of charge is, when I say 1 coulomb of charge, 1 ampere of current, 1 ampere of current is when 1 coulomb of charge flows in a circuit for 1 second, we say it as 1 ampere of charge. Please note it down. So now we have come to the end of the chapter, and I have a bunch of questions for you all. This is your assignment 1. Your first question is, what is electricity? You have to define what you understand by the word electricity. Okay. Second question is, how is electric current different from charge? Now I have explained what is current, I have explained what is charge. Okay, from there what did you understand? You have to explain that. Okay. Third one, name the main carrier of charge. Okay, I have told you about atom, proton, electron, what flows, what actually is a carrier of charge. Okay, you have to state the name. Okay, next one, what is coulomb and ampere? You have to just tell me what do you understand by coulomb, the word coulomb, and ampere. Okay, last one, fifth one, is a sum. Actually it is like a body has a charge of 500 coulomb flowing through a circuit for 2 minutes. Find the amount of current flowing through it. Okay, body has a charge of 500 coulomb. Here 500 coulomb is the charge, and for flowing through a circuit for 2 minutes. Okay, so time given is 2 minutes. Now you know minute is not the SI unit of time, so you need to change it to the SI unit. What is the SI unit of time? It's second, right? So you have to change minute to second. Okay, only then you can find the amount of current flowing through it. Okay, I have given you one formula. Using that you have to state what is the amount of current flowing through the circuit. Okay, thus we come to the end of the chapter today, end of the video session of today's one. Okay, please do the assignment in your classwork copies, and after in the next video, before the next video, I want all the answers. Okay, so till then, that's all for today. Bye.